See where the deer has been here. Got a track right there. They walked over here. Walk around up under the tree. I can see over there where they've been. Eating acorns out here under these oak trees. Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. We've been out walking around in the woods this morning, going back to a time when maybe just doing a little bit of reminiscing about the way life used to be for me when I was a lot younger. The land you saw me walking on is my property. God's been good to me. He's given me a place that I can get out and just kind of relax every now and then, just walk around and enjoy the beauty of nature, watch the squirrels run and see the birds and listen to them and just enjoy creation. Because you see, every now and then we have to have that time. And the world that we live in has gotten to be so hectic, and it's it can be frustrating at times, and we got to have these quiet times to get out and just think about things. We got to have that. And walking around kind of brought me back to a simpler time in life, whenever I used to do a lot of trapping, and I did a lot of hunting. I spent a majority of my life in the woods. And life was a lot simpler at times during those times, and didn't seem like there was quite as much turmoil going on in the world. I'm sitting here listening to all these blue jays in the background. That tells me that there's something down there in the swamp. probably a deer. Got the blue jays upset a little bit, moving around. But you know, in a way, that's the way it's intended to be, is for nature just to kind of exist on its own without the interference of man. And that's kind of the way I like to see it. That's why here at Deep South Homestead, we try to preserve as much as we can around us here. And I know it's getting harder as time goes by. You know, people move in. You get city people that move to the country. They don't understand the serenity of country life. They get out on four-wheelers and they're rambling around all through the woods everywhere and making all kind of noise and screaming and hollering and carrying on. And those of us that try to live a simpler country life, it just irritates us, you know. They don't have any concept of what it is to live a peaceful life. All they know is a noise and the hustle and the bustle of the cities, and they're so accustomed to that they don't even understand that there needs to be quiet time sometimes. And you know, as I'm sitting here looking around, you know, even though my neck hurts and I'm in pain, I can enjoy the peacefulness of having a place on the property to come and sit down and watch nature and listen. And you know, as I'm sitting here looking off into the swamp back here, I can hear my chickens in the background, my rooster's crowing, and I can see the squirrels in the trees in the distance playing. I'm sitting here, I see one over yonder. Two of them running up and down a tree over there. And the birds over here. You know, in life, that's one of the things we need. We need to be able to have time to just get alone and sit down and see another squirrel right here going up on a limb right here in front of me. Just a time to enjoy nature, because I believe that that's what life is really intended to be about, is to be able to enjoy the creation that God's given us. And friends, that's what this world is taking away from us right now. They're trying to tell us that we need all this rat race. We need all these toys that people go out in the woods and play with, and we need to ramble here, we need to go there, we need to do this, we need to do that. And you know, I know another one right here behind me. I know that may be to a lot of people, that's what they think they need. You know, let's go to this soccer game, or let's go to this ball game, or we got dance, or we got gym, we got this, we got that. And you go through life and you just miss it, you know, because you didn't take time to go sit down somewhere and just enjoy what God created. You know, will it always be like this for me? I don't know. You know, a hurricane could come through, a tornado could come through, somebody could come through on the land here behind me and clear cut all of it, which they've done one time in my life already. And it could look like a barren desert behind me back in here again. And if it did, you know, I still got my place, if it stands, that I can enjoy. That's why where I live at, we don't allow four-wheelers to go rambling around everywhere. We don't allow all the loud music and the stuff, and we just kind of like here at Deep South, we like to keep it quiet, you know. Now we can't control what our neighbors do, but we got some pretty good neighbors. They get out of hand every now and then, but we got fairly decent neighbors. But you know, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was just what's going on in this country. I know on Porch Time I talk a lot about that kind of stuff. How to get ready, how to prepare for some things, and I get a lot of flack saying I'm a fearmonger and stuff like that. And that's not why I do it. If left up to me, I wouldn't do it at all, to be honest with you. I'd remain to myself, stuck back in the woods back here, and I wouldn't say anything to anybody. But I feel an urgency because there's a lot of people out there that just really don't know what's going to happen. And I'm here to tell you that you need to find you a place like this, because in the near future you're going to need it. Because the hustle and the bustle of this world is fixing to get to be something that you're not used to. Very few people in this country is used to, unless you've been out of this country and been in war zones, and unless you've seen mass casualties and things like that, you're really not ready for what may be coming. You're going to need a place like this. You're going to need a place you can get along and talk to God and sort out your thoughts. Because you see, growing up, I was one of those kind of kids that I didn't stick by the rules of everybody else, and that kind of made me an undesirable with a lot of people. I didn't see the need for high education. I didn't see the need to waste my life rambling around trying to live the fast life, and I got caught up in it for a while. But you see, I don't have a college education. I don't have degrees. I don't have anything like that. But you know, I've owned 3 homes, paid cash for them. I've owned 3 businesses. I did it all without having to have a high education. Now I own a place, and I'm able to come out here and sit down and spend some time with God. Now, was it me that done this? No. It all came from God. Because when we get it in our head that it's not about us, it's about God, and we let Him lead and we let Him direct us. Scripture says that He'll give us the desires of our hearts. And you see, stuff like this has always been the desire of my heart. Sorry about that, y'all. The wildlife just started playing in the trees around me here, and I just had to stop talking for a minute and be quiet and just enjoy the wildlife. I'm sitting right here next to where the deer cross the fence at all the time, and they come up into the place here. We take pictures of a lot of our deer here, and we enjoy looking at them. But you know, like I was saying, you know, don't let what's going on in this world get you down. Don't let these things bother you too bad. Don't get so caught up with everything that you lose what life's all about. You know, like I was saying, I was one of those kids that, you know, everybody didn't want to. I was a bad influence supposedly because I didn't, quote unquote, I didn't follow the prototype. I didn't go to college. I didn't go out and do like everybody else was supposed to do, and I went my own path, and I went a different path. I decided to live when I was young instead of trying to kill myself out working. I decided to have what I wanted when I was young, so that now that I'm old, I can enjoy it, you know. I didn't run and try to have a dream that when I retired, I was gonna try to build and have me a place open somewhere, you know, I could enjoy. And no, I've had my place my whole life. I've been able to enjoy it my whole life. Because, you know I hung around with 11 different people when I was growing up. There's only 2 of us left. So actually 3 of us, I'm sorry. 3 of us left. The others have already died. And you know, I'm sure they had the same dreams that everybody else had. When they got older, they wanted to be able to retire and do things, and they never made it that far. And here I am today. If I was sitting around waiting to want to have a place to retire when I got older, now my health is broken down, got my neck's messed up, I'd be in trouble, y'all. I've had a good life. I've enjoyed my life. I didn't play by the rules according to what society deems as a normal way to do things. But nevertheless, I got here just the same. And I enjoyed the journey here. Because you see, that's what life's all about. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about all the things that you experience getting here. I can't say that you ever really arrive. All I can say is there's just a journey, and it's whatever you make of it. So we're going to try to pick up here, and we're going to try to move on and try to enjoy the rest of the day. I just thought I'd take y'all along on one of my mornings and show you what it's like at Deep South Homestead here, the way we live. It's just my perspective on life. A simpler life. And I just thought I'd take y'all along on this journey with me this morning and sit down and talk for a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.